All right, guys, we just got started here. Let me mute everybody real quick. And I am particularly excited today. It's Monday. It was a phenomenal weekend. It was Halloween, but a lot of things happened that was really incredible this weekend. But just like every single month, we start off the month with jump starting our month because when we really inspect what we expect, we can connect with more people and we can create the things that are important to us and the things we want to move forward. So we did a great call last week. Dr. A and Dan were amazing, and they talked about transformational and transactional leadership and service to people. And you can't have true transformation, changing lives and the serving of others without a strong transactional part where you're focused on how you're going to do more of that and do it at the high level number. So this is kind of our transactional, transformational meeting point where we start off the month, really just focusing on what it is we want to create, getting into a creative, fun place in our health coaching. So if this is your first call, congratulations, and be warned, we are a weird, funny, silly group. And right now, Christina Breeden's on my screen. She has purple, blue, green hair. That's just the kind of people we are. This is mine naturally, so I didn't have to do anything to my hair to make it orange. Yes, your hair looks amazing, Christina. So what we're going to go over tonight is just setting up our month. Most of you, if this is your first time call, you're probably a new senior coach, and we just want to say welcome. One of the coolest things about our community, and I forgot, someone typed in the chat there. If there's anything that you are excited about or want to add, feel free to add it in the chat there. We love to see the chat box go. But one of the coolest things about being a health coach in our community is not all the people we help and not only the purpose and the focus in all areas that move our health forward, but we remind ourselves that our journey for health is never done. And optimal health is, from Dr. A, is a journey taken one step at a time, one habit at a time, one day at a time. So before helping others, you're always going to get a reminder to focus on yourself first and ask yourself what you're doing next. And I'm really excited because, as I mentioned before I hit the record button, we have over 2,000 people that are saying, yes, I want to be healthy through the holidays. So if there's ever been a need for what we have, it's people in our country, people around us want health. So again, as I mentioned, grab your map. That's what we're calling it now. It's previously the success tracker, and the map is the monthly action plan. Part of the things you can put there in the top left-hand corner are things that are important to you for your health, because our health coaching is also part of us and what we do to move our health forward. So mark down anything that's important to you. This is your reminder to say, hey, focus on yourself. What's next for you? What's the next thing you're working on? What's the next thing that you're going to celebrate in your health journey? So that's just another quick reminder. But first, we're going to celebrate an amazing October. And you have to forgive me. My computer broke because the back office was going so crazy at the end of the month, and I saved all the rank advancements and I lost it. So I just got all the ones that I got by memory and the ones that I saw posted. So if I forgot anyone, please forgive me. It was a really exciting month last month. But just new fully integrated regional director, Jennifer Lewis, 3 months qualified. Congratulations. 3 new regional directors, Casey James, Gina Schnabel, and Wesley Zoani. Congratulations. We had a bunch of new executive directors, the amazing Ashley Mason, Brad Berscheid, Jeff Hayden, Kristen Chittenden, and Melanie Morel. Congratulations. And a new director, Courtney. Congrats. New associate director, Becca. And then we had some new managers, Linda, Laura, Penny. Congratulations. And then new senior coaches, Sheila, Dan and Jill, Nikki, Carrie, Nicole, and Nikki. And again, if I didn't call your name, I just want to say congrats. We had a bunch of new senior coaches and a bunch that I wasn't able to get in there. We had a bunch of actually people join our family. People are seeing the desire, are seeing the need to pay it forward. And it's just been so fun to see all the people saying, yes, I want to help people. Or actually Susan, who you're going to hear from tonight, we were in the new coach training room at the Portland training, and just the room was filled all the way to the back with people saying, oh my gosh, this has changed my life. I can't wait to help other people. And I'm sure Susan will probably speak to that in a second later, but it was just so powerful that people want to help people pay it forward. And this is just one of those celebrations when you hit ranks moving forward. So in addition to that, guys, everybody, I know you can't hit a new rank every single month. It's not possible because you'll run out of ranks to hit. But many of you guys moved your business forward. Many of you guys had solid victories with your clients. Many of you guys added more people to the health games or the health challenge that you ever thought possible. I think we have to do a tally, but I think Tracy Johnson's killing everybody. She's added like 100 people to it. But I just want to say, guys, I see what you guys are doing out there, and it's really amazing. Other just quick announcements, because that's what we cover on Jumpstart in our month, is things that are important. Is this is your reminder for the incentive trip. Another thing that we'll actually cover and help you work on, where we start the Winter ED Bootcamp that I'll kind of go over here in a second. But you still have from November to the end of January 31st. So 4 months to qualify is plenty, or November, December, January, 3 months to qualify on top of this month. And we've already had tons of people already qualify. The ticker is not updated yet, so I'm just taking a stab at it, but we've already had like Antonio and Annie, Sheridan, Wesley, Tim and Kelly, Lisa and Gary. I think you guys have already qualified for this trip, and we'll know more here shortly. But I want to say congrats to all the qualifiers, the reminder for it. And if you're curious about this, because I posted some of the numbers here the other day in the Brash page, we have like tons of people, dozens of people already more than halfway qualified for this. And then they did us a nice little favor by doing January as like the last month to qualify. So it's like super easy. Like you have the momentum going into the new year with this. So it'll be really easy to qualify for this trip. So it's all expensive paid trip to Hotel Del Coronado in San Diego. And just about the time it's going to be rainy and really cold everywhere, we're all going to be going and partying in Southern California. So we want all of you guys there with us. And really all this boils down to is just taking these simple steps in your business. And for those that are going to join us in the boot camp for the winter boot camp that I was talking about, just by following these steps, you will probably make this, because basically it boils down to just moving forward to executive director, sponsoring 2 people to pay it forward and helping them get a good start in paying it forward to their first few people. That's literally how simple it is. I don't know how they're going to fit us all in the hotel. That's a problem that they'll have to figure out with Take Shape for Life later. So I want to go over that because it is so easy to qualify. I want you guys to make sure you're putting that down on what are some of the points you want to grab this month on your map. But more importantly to that is the holiday season is upon us. And I'm really, really excited for this because for those that are new, and we have a lot of new people in our Take Shape for Life family, the holidays is an amazing time of year for coming alongside people. It's also an amazing time of year to grow your health coaching, but it's even more importantly, a time of year to help your people really move past the diet mentality in their optimal health journey. This is where your partnership with them will really grow leaps and bounds, as well as your partnership with your pre-clients. You're going to be seeing more people in different facets during the time of year where the average American gains 10 to 15 pounds. And what you do during the season will not only help you grow, help more people, but it really sets you up for an amazing new year. And Susan will probably talk about this later too. I'm giving her tons of talk on, is what you do during this next few seasons will not only move you forward, but really your new year is going to be a report card of how mission oriented and relationship based you are over this next few months and how on purpose you are. So that's another reasons why we have the boot camp, which I'll get to again in a second. But more importantly, guys, this is one of the things I wanted to remind you. Our 50-day holiday challenge started today. Guys, I'm so blown away. And I might get emotional about it because I read through all the goals that people had today. I read almost every single one of them, maybe not the last 50 that just popped in, but people are wanting health and purpose and to move forward. Like you see that need that they have. And I'm just so excited because we're starting this group together about how we can all move forward and just the encouragement that everyone's giving each other is so exciting. So I wanted to put a reminder for everyone on here. If you're not in and weighed in and got your goals set, reminder to do that today. But more importantly, reach out to everyone on your map and on your contact sheet, which we'll go over in a second. Make sure that they are all invited to thrive with you through this holiday season. It's going to be a really powerful thing. And I'm just excited to go through it. We'll announce the winner from the first, goal setting posting today or later tomorrow. And we have our first health huddle tomorrow, which we'll go over kind of the sequence of the week routine in a second. So invite, literally all we're encouraging people to do is just make sure that people want to be added in. You can add them in yourself. The one thing we don't want is just a bunch of random people being added in. We want people that want to be with us throughout the season. So if they say, yes, I'm in, add them in and help them start to get plugged in and make sure they get their goals started. Tomorrow night, and I'll go over this call information in a second, is when we're going to go over kind of the basics of this 50 days and kind of lay it out. Because a few people are kind of wondering, like, it's pretty simple with how you laid it out. And I feel like there's been some good direction, but tomorrow night on the call, we're going to be going over a lot of that. So everyone's really clear on what these 50 days are all about with our first health huddle. So that's your reminder for you to make sure that you get everyone last entered in there, and it will take people up until next week was when we'll cut off the joining for that. We may even be at 3,000 at that point. I don't know. The most important thing here tonight is the ED Winter Boot Camp. So this is going to coincide with the holiday health games. So for those that are new, and welcome again and congratulations. And those that were with us last time, congratulations, because I know how much you guys enjoy this and people have been asking for this. We're doing an ED boot camp that's going to coincide with that for 50 days. So if you have not joined this, this is for people that have reached the rank of senior coach and above. You helped your first 5 people. We want you guys in this boot camp with us. And our first call is basically tonight, kind of kicking off, and we're going to go over some of the basics of what you'll need, because the boot camp is actually really simple. It just contains a group where we'll have some kind of encouragement and a call each week where we're going to go over some tips that help you move forward. I'm going to cover all of this in a second. So our first call will be tomorrow night at 5:50 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, following our health huddle for the challenge. So I know you guys are in the health challenge. So I know you guys will be on the health huddle, and I know you guys will be joining in and kicking off this month for the winter ED boot camp. So in that last one, we had over 60 people go executive director in those 2 months. And we had over, I don't know how many people who were already executive directors solidify and grow their business greatly by the skill sets of that. And we had a bunch of people that are super close that went this month who were in that boot camp. And actually a few people that weren't in that boot camp because they joined so recently that they went ED after the boot camp was started, and that's when they started coaching. So really hoping you guys are excited to join this with us. I know many of you guys have been reaching out that I miss my boot camp calls. I miss that structure. I miss that education piece. And we're making it really simple with just a quick call, 30, 40 minutes every Tuesday night. So this is basically how it's going to work. Again, this is our first call. Again, congrats on showing up. We're almost 100 people on this call tonight. It's going to go 50 days alongside the health challenge. We're challenging people to focus on thriving in their health throughout the season. We're also going to encourage them to focus on thriving in their health coaching health throughout this season. Because what we're mindful of is what moves forward. So again, that's a call every Tuesday after the health huddle. We're going to be going over the skill sets to move towards executive director. And actually last time we announced this, we got a lot of what's executive director. Well, after making senior coach, that's the first leadership level in this business. It's where your income is probably around $2,000 a month, but more importantly, it's the next step in moving and paying it forward to people. And if you're following those steps, you're getting really good at those basic things that help people move forward in their health. It's going to help you stay focused and diligent for qualifying for the incentive trip that I just talked about, and also for Go Global, which will be there at the end of February. You have to be an executive director to qualify for that leadership training. It's also going to focus on coaching clients through the holiday season, because there's a little bit of a cadence change, and we want people learning how to thrive in their optimal health and how to tackle the holidays without beating themselves up. So we're going to go over a little bit of that. But most importantly, the most important skill I think you guys will learn is the practice of consistency. And basically that's why we're making the call just one day a week on Tuesday and alongside the holiday health challenge, because it's not really all the skills you learn. You have all the skills. You've changed your health in some capacity. You care about people and you're talking to others. That's all the skill set you really need to become a coach. You can show other people what it is you're doing. The number one skill set that really remains is the consistency. And some people ask me after the boot camp was over last time, the one that Terry Miller did, and just so thankful for her putting that together. Oh, can I go back and watch the recordings? And I talked it over with a few of the other leaders, and it was like, yeah, they probably could, and it would be great. But really the number one skill that people learned was showing up to that call, that one call a week, and just making coaching a priority. It wasn't a lot of time, but you learned skills. You inspected your health coaching every single week. And basically the most important person you were proving that to is yourself by making a priority. And that's really the number one thing that this is really about. So again, everyone has life going on, and we'll cover this a little bit tomorrow, but I'm going to encourage every single one of you guys to show up live to this phone call every Tuesday. You can dial it in from your phone, you can call in, you can sit at your computer, but it's only going to be 30 minutes, and we can all, for most people, set aside 30 minutes wherever. There's always going to be some busy stuff, so that's going to be my call to action for you guys, is really just making that shift priority wise, because anything else you guys will probably schedule in your week, you're going to show up to this with the same piece, because this is probably one of the most important things I've done in my life. It's helped me be a better father. It's helped me help more people. It's helped me move forward in all areas of my life. So, that's kind of what we're encouraging people to do. Again, no beat up if you can't be there live. This is just a strong encouragement that we're going to encourage everyone to do. There will be recordings, so you can, of course, watch the recordings, but that's pretty much how it's going to work and how simple it is. This is the schedule, because a few people are kind of asking me how the schedule is going to work through this holiday season. And this is how it's going to work coinciding with the boot camp. Susan is still going to hold her awesome Tuesday 20 call, but it's going to be a little bit more optional. It's probably going to be a little bit more, open questions and work time, since we'll be covering a topic every single on the ED boot camp call in the Tuesday evening. So on Tuesday at 5:30, that's when we'll have our health huddle. That's just going to be where we have a 15-minute, 20 topic of health that moves people forward in their health during the holiday health challenge. It's also going to continue afterwards. We've been doing this for months now. So it's just a call that everyone can tune into and learn a different topic that's helping them be mindful of their health. And then following right after that, that's when we're going to have the ED boot camp call. So at 5:50, following right after that call, we won't even hop off. We'll just merge into that. And the great thing about our community is if anyone who's on that health huddle wants to stay and learn a little bit more, or accidentally stays in, we're just going to be showing them what it's like to pay it forward and what they're doing. So that's what we're going to be doing right following that call. And then every Thursday, you can plug this in your calendar. There will be different calls kind of sporadically put in, because we have so many stories to share. But every Thursday at 6:30, we're going to have a Real Stories of Health call that's going to be promoted to the challengers, so they can come and learn inspiration from people that change their health and learn from those people that what was helpful for them in their journey. So this is a great tool to layer coaching, layer program, but really also just keep your clients really motivated and plugged into the community. So this is all you have to do to set your calendar for the season. It's really simple and easy, and it all goes right along with the health challenge that we're doing. But the first skill set that we're doing tonight, and this is why this is the first call of the boot camp season, is we're going to set up and have our month mapped out on what we're going to accomplish. So again, I can only see a few people. Brandy, let's see here, Nikki, who's got their map all set up. See here, Brandy, you got it? I know you probably got it. I see yours. You sent it to me last month. Yeah, I knew you had it with you. This is going to be the main tool that is basically going to be our foundation piece for going through this ED boot camp that we're starting here. So if you haven't printed it out, no big deal. But one of the biggest skills you can learn is how to come to your month every single month and setting it up. When they did, I'm not going to go into the details of it, but they did a study. People that didn't plan out their goals, were way less likely to achieve them. That makes a lot of sense. But people that made goals were more likely to achieve them. People that mapped out their goals and wrote them down were even more likely to achieve them. And people that mapped out their goals, wrote them down, and told somebody else were even more likely to achieve them. So this is a piece that will help you write down what you're going to be mindful of, but it also helps you track your mission and the next steps and what you're doing with your health coaching month. So basically it consists of your map, which is we're going to go over here in a second. Susan's going to go over it, and your contact worksheet. If you're filling this out for the first time, you're going to have a blank piece on the back, but your contact worksheet carries forward with you every single month because you just keep adding to it and adding to it. So with that, Susan's going to go over a little bit about how to fill this out, why it's important, and just some of the things to kind of pay attention to that really help you stay focused through the season. So Susan, are you there?
I am. Hey guys, how's everybody? Very excited to be here. Actually, I'm going to just start by thanking you, Brad. Thanking you for, oh gosh, where do we all start, right? Before I get into the map, you mentioned a couple things just here at the beginning of the call. And some of the things that, you're hearing, like the structure and the cadence that we're putting together for you guys for this next season. And what I really want to encourage you is that this was from like the heart and Brad and I and other leaders' true intention to assist you guys based on our 5-6 years experience in the business. That this next season is super fun, but we want to create an atmosphere for you guys, those that want to stay plugged in over this next season. We want to create that for you. So, we were kind of brainstorming about, clients really desire that. We as coaches really desire that. And so we just really wanted to create something for you guys that allows those that really want to take shape, like part of their life, their business life, but also their life as we move into the new year, that we are providing the structure for you guys moving forward. So Brad, just thank you, because a lot of this was your brainchild. We bounced ideas off of it, but you can just see from the passion of the people that were commenting today, like people are really looking for something right now. Like we're creating an amazing community there, and I'm really excited about the holiday challenge. And if you still have some questions about it, please bring those to the Tuesday 20 tomorrow. We'll be kind of doing a follow-up on how people are reaching out and adding people still into the games, and how we're doing with tracking your people in the games, if those are still questions that you're having. So as we kind of move into what we do to set up our month with the map, I laugh because those of you that have kids, I totally sing the Dora song, like every time, like I'm the map. And if anyone else is singing that, or if you aren't singing it, you just don't have young children, I guess. But I love it. And I've actually, we're getting used to just, it's what's great is, Brad, this is something you've designed. Many of us, I totally sing that, I love that. Many of us have been working with you and in this organization. We've been using this for a long period of time. So this is really nothing new to us. Some of you may be new enough that you're still working towards senior coach and you don't have your first 5 clients. So this is really for senior coaches, I would say, and beyond, meaning that most of us can keep track of our first 5 clients on our own. But then beyond that, it's important to have some structure to what we're doing, and also to be able to set some goals. Brad had mentioned the importance of goals. And for me, the goals have been less about like me sending this just off to Brad to say, hey, this is what I want to do. It's really for me to go through the process, to have like a very current reality of where I am, and then to have a clear vision and goal of where I want to be, and then being able to map out what that kind of looks like, and getting a very current reality of who are my current people that I'm supporting. Sorry, things are popping up on my screen here. Who I'm supporting, and where am I really focusing my time. So, with that, what I feel is the biggest part of the map is just clarity. When we work, I love, even it doesn't matter what level you are, Brad, when I talk with you about anything on our business, you're usually like, so do you have your success tracker? And I will call the map, but do you have your map handy? And I love that it doesn't matter where you are. We all utilize it. Like I have mine filled out. It's not about at all levels, at all times. It's such a fundamental of what we do. And it's to move towards executive director for those of you that don't, but it's also really to move beyond that to integrated executive director, which is really the base of, yes, it's a leadership position, but it's the base of a very equitable, stable business. And most people, when I hear they want, to create a business, they also want to create an income that's stable, that's going to grow, that there's equity and there's leverage in. And so really this is to help structure and show you the path, and to keep you focused and bring you clarity of what we're doing day in and day out. So I'm excited about it, and just thank you, Brad, because the whole company is using it now, but this is really something that Brad's been working very closely with corporate, I know, and put a lot of time into. So we're all very, very appreciative. and I've yet to see someone actually hit executive director and not utilize a map yet. So at some point, meaning that, and it's a powerful statement, but they can get close. But once we then do this, usually that's that final touch of just like, yep. And they see where the little loopholes are, and we're able to get into that next level. So anyways, very excited about it. And are we going to be doing a more in-depth training, Brad, on like how we fill it in, or are you kind of going over that here?
Well, we can kind of go over it together, because one thing to fill out, this is the first skill set that we're going to learn in ED Bootcamp. You know, so many of you guys have already texted this over to me, asked for time to go over it, and kind of figured out who we're going to connect with for three-way phone calls. This is your map to what to be doing this month. So, you know, Susan, feel free to add anything, but I'm going to go over it real quick. This is for anyone that's new and using it, because we've had a lot of new senior coaches, but also for the people that are experienced with a success tracker. These are some of the nuanced changes to the map. So at the bottom here, you have your normal current reality. It's so important to write down where you finished last month. You can write down the different things that were there from your business, things that went well, but also on the right-hand side, you're going to fill out the things like your frontline volume, your group volume, your new clients, your new health coaches for you and in depth in your team, and all the way down along the way here. You know, if you're like me, actually, you might not be, I'll be like me. I do kind of like numbers, but it still feels kind of daunting to do this. This is actually just because when going back to that study, when you focus a little bit more on what your goals are and where you're currently at, your numbers of success increase. That's one of the reasons to do this. It helps you help more people. But the other more important reason, especially during the CD Bootcamp, is it helps you learn the little nuances about your business. And if you fill this out, you will be very competent in everything it takes to help as many people as you can move forward. And again, just to kind of cast a vision for you, I never would have thought that I could have been part of something that helped create 2,000 people wanting to change their life. And that, guys, I can't tell you literally how like happy that makes me. That would have been like, I would have told you no way if I just got started. But each one of you guys can do this if you follow these steps. And this is kind of what we're talking about here. Then after you've done that, go to the top here and fill out your goals and vision. Like we talked about, you can put your goals for your health. You can put down different things you want to accomplish. You know, if focusing on routine and schedule is important, you write down all the things that you want to do that are important to you. Also writing down things like rank, frontline volume, the things that, again, the practice of being mindful of what it takes to move people forward on optimal health in our mission. There's some things out here that will help you run this. And again, this tool is meant for you to be messy with. You should have this with you daily. It should be crumpled up and scribbled on and look like, you know, like the dog got a hold of it by the end of the month. And that's usually someone that went executive director or strongly helped a lot of people. To kind of give you some guidance here, we have frontline volume broken down by points. So going executive director is 5 points. Every 1,200 in frontline volume, you get to go up a rank. So they have it broken down here so you can cross off points. So for every 1,200, you can mark off a point all the way to executive director. You can also go executive director by a combination of points. And the ultimate goal is to go by both ways. All points for frontline, all points for senior coaches, but you also get a point for every senior coach team you have. So you can kind of check it off as you help more people. And then you help someone help people. That's kind of how the check mark goes. So you can't check something off without making a big impact in a few people's lives. Over on the right-hand side, they have just a reminder what integrated executive director is. So again, it's 6,000 frontline volume, 5 senior coach legs. So on the left side of this sheet, that's what they made the changes on for those that are experienced with this. Your newest and potential clients, the people that are about to get healthy, go here on the bottom left-hand side. So for, again, those people that are new or a fresh reminder, the people that are like, you know, that have been liking your Facebook posts like crazy, the people that you might have added into the challenge and you've been trying to talk to them about program forever, and you're knowing they're finally getting to watch people, and they probably saw a bunch of people post about how they're already down 50, 60, 20 pounds on their Take Shape for Life program. The people that are starting to get that light bulb go off, put them on that list. These are all the people that are probably going to sign up very shortly, and you should show some extra love to, and they're going to go on your client list here very shortly. Above here are the people that you're walking alongside, integrating them in their health. So how you do this is you write down all of your active clients, and mind you, not your clients that aren't integrated, the ones that are just kind of ordering sporadically, the ones that you can't count on to order, because if they're ordering sporadically, they're not following program. That means they're not integrated. So only full orders on there. And few people ask this question. So it can be people that are on the 3-and-3 plan, optimizing their health, as long as they're fully on plan and being coached and it's a full order of 250 and above, or anyone that's on full 5-in-1 program. And you want to put them in order of when their B-Slim is going to process. So if you go into your back office, if you're new and you don't know how to do that, connect with your health coach, because we're going to take a picture of this and ask them for like 10 minutes to kind of connect on this. they can show you how to pull that report, but it's just under scheduled B Slims in your back office. You can know basically where you're going to be this month. So let's say some of those new managers who have, 10-ish clients on here or 9 clients, they know that their clients are on full program. They know that they're in the Holiday Health Challenge. They know they're moving forward. You know your manager this month. So all you have to do is figure out what I need to do to move forward. Is I got to focus on helping more people, and you know where your action is going to be spent. So that's how to take care of your clients and how to take care of your pre-clients. Of course, you're going to have your contact worksheet where you're always adding people to and following up with people and dripping on people and seeing who likes your post on Facebook from your consistency there. So again, that's just where you spend your time focusing on helping people choose health. On the right-hand side, you're going to focus on your coaches. And if you don't have coaches, you will probably have some very soon. So you want to track them, because their first 5 clients is always a new coach's goal. So like Brandy, I can see you on my screen. We just started Alice. She has a phenomenal health story and she's on fire. I think she's already started 4 clients. So you want to make sure, or close to it, you want to make sure that she starts her first 5. That's where you put like Alice's name right there. So we can make sure we get her that win of helping her get 5 people healthy right off the bat. So we can show her how to do that again and again. Same thing with any new coach on here that you're helping move forward. And again, the goal is to have these all filled up with people that are moving forward. That's how you know that you're having an equity business of people choosing health and an equity business of people that are teaching it to other people. So that's what you do there. And if those spots are blank right now and you have clients, well, what we've noticed is when you integrate them, and again, that's why the challenge will be huge. A bunch of people will be seeing a bunch of coaches and how much fun we're having. You want to put the people on here that you really want to partner with, or is already referring people, or are already talking about people to get healthy, so you can drip on them. Invite them to the Real Stories of Health calls. Invite them to do 3-way story calls with your health coach and brag on them. Drip on them and find out who they want to coach. And when they refer someone to you, ask them, are you coaching them or me? And showing them how to do that. So this is where you keep track of all the people that are awesome on here. And this is a Susan LaBelle tip. This list right here should be just as big, if not big, or this list should be bigger than your potential client list, because you'll probably have a ton of people you're like, they would be phenomenal health coaches and I want to work with them. They need this. And I want to keep tonight short on tonight, but I think we could go into a million different tangents about what health coaching and being part of our community has done for us, physically in our health, but also mentally and financially, and that we want people to thrive in all of those areas and show them all of our offerings. So this is how you use this tool. And also you can work with your team because it makes it really easy for you to know where to help them. And again, that's because Susan was kind of mentioning, that's why we're doing this, is because nothing's better than watching people increase their abundance in their life and their purpose, and seeing that we all know what it's like to help our first client, most of us, our first 5 clients. You know how much fun it is. So this is how we keep this really mission-based. And this will be one of our main tools that we use throughout this boot camp. So Susan, I'm going to kind of finish up this here. Is there anything you wanted to add to this that has been powerful for you, or that you want to share for tips? Because this is going to be our main tool that we kind of operate off of for this boot camp season and really increase our purpose.
I would say, just to make this a habit, and it's just like anything, the more you use it, you're just going to grow to love it. And everyone's looks a little different. Like I see people making little, highlighting this and making and I love when they come in at the first of the month and everyone's kind of made them their own, because they're meant to work for you, for what you need, so that you can move your business forward. So this is, there's nothing you have to do in this business, right? So like, hey, if you're looking at going, but this is highly suggested just based from leaders that have paved the path before us. And so I used to not love to write down my goals. Brad knows that. And our business drastically shifted. It wasn't even the same business when we started writing things down and being intentional. And then to just finish the call with just the consistency, you guys, this season. This is not the time everyone's going to be busy during the holidays, including Brad and I too, right? Like, we're busy people, but this is the time to make Take Shape for Life a priority, and to really to put the time towards this business if this is your desire. Because the beginning of the year, Take Shape's onto something pretty great. And we have some awesome stuff. 2016 is going to blow your mind. This is not the time to kind of sit back and be like, it's the holidays, I'll pick it back up in a few months. Like if you have any desire to make 2016, we usually grow by 30-40% in January. And that's based off of the consistency of this season and how important it is to stay in people's world and love on them so that when they do choose health, they're thinking of you.
That's awesome. I was actually literally typing in the chat how good tips those were. So I love it. This is kind of how we're going to finish up today. So here's some last tips on this as we finish up. This is the last piece that I did forget to go over, but it's because I have this slide here, is if you are busy, and I don't know anyone who's not, even people who have nothing going in their life, they usually have it filled with fantasy football or apps on their phone or, I think American Idol's still on. I don't know. I don't watch TV, but on the right-hand side, you can basically see how to be super on purpose in your world in like 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes a day, like no time at all. It just helps you kind of keep a priority. I got my health first. I prioritize a few times for my business. I'm making on that boot camp call. You guys are here tonight and people are getting healthy because of your consistency and being here tonight. I know my story. I'm prepared to share it. We'll probably go over that in one of our first calls. Keeping a pulse to focus on sharing this with 5 people a day, some way, somehow, somewhere. Even if it's just saying hi to someone that's on your list or messaging them something nice or commenting on their Facebook, following up with 5 people, making it a point to try to focus on at least starting one client or coach or a 3-way phone call a day. If you find the time, you set 15 minutes aside, it works in there easily. Conducting a mentorship call with people on your team, making sure they're moving forward. And lastly, everyone's on social media. That's why we're doing the Facebook, the holiday challenge on Facebook, because we want to meet people where they're at. Lincoln on Leadership, meet people at their home turf. And so post on Facebook, comment on people, add 5 people a day, be visible into your world, because just because you're so excited, this doesn't mean they can read your mind. Put it out there so people know what you're passionate about. And for you Facebook stalkers out there, like my wife, Ashley, you know what I'm talking about. When you're stalking people and you're trying to figure out what's going on with them, people are doing that to you. So this is what a success tracker / now the map looks like when it's messy. This is what an executive director looks like. It's filled out, making notes on it. And then this is the last tip. Again, Susan, you hit on it. Take a picture, send it to your health coach for that accountability. It's more for you than it is. No one's managing this business, but reach up. Your support team wants to know. And if you're serious enough to send them a picture, they know that they want to help you get those things. So everyone raise your right hand. Say you'll fill this out tonight. This is the number one goal. This is not for us. This is for you guys. I take mine every single month and send it to my health coach still to this day. Send it to your health coach. Ask for 5-10 minutes to say, hey, how can I help more people this month? Will you help me? I want to be part of it this season. So see here. Great. Okay. I thought everyone froze for a second. So I love it. This is the last few things here. What to do right now. Because a lot of you guys have probably had a crazy weekend, maybe sugar-filled or not. I don't know what you guys did on Halloween. We all might have woke up on a sugar coma on Sunday. I don't know. Or at least your kids did, maybe. I don't know. But here's some things to do right now, just to make it super simple. Add yourself and invite as many people as you can to the 50-day health challenge. We kick off today, and our first health huddle is tomorrow night that really kind of goes over the basics of it. And we're going to go over goal setting and how important it is and the right ways to encourage people in community and and how to be purposeful to the season. Number one thing we're going to focus on in that challenge is purpose, because health is really just your purpose in your life and revolving your life around what matters most. Make sure all of you that are qualified and your team that's qualified are entered into the boot camp page. After Wednesday night, since we're getting a kind of a start on it with the holiday, we're going to give till Wednesday night, but no one will be able to join in after that time. And for those that don't know, I'm just following Terry's lead because that's what they did. And we want everyone. We've never really not said you can't come in anytime, but it really shows people that we want to say, hey, for this season, make the commitment at this time, and we won't be adding anyone in after Wednesday about that. So just make sure everyone gets a chance to be in and joins us. Have your map filled out and texted your support team at a time to connect. And then lastly, make sure you're set up with your time to connect on the boot camp call tomorrow. That's really it. That's how simple this season is going to be and what we're going to do. And guys, we've probably had the most phenomenal year that we've had. And it really goes to basically us all being part of an amazing team. I'm going to give so much credit to Terry Miller and Brian Drollinger, who really just set us up for success. Dr. A's picking their brains constantly because people like you are a part of that team. And honestly, we're the ones that are growing Take Shape for Life right now. So I want you guys to take your hand and give yourself a pat on the back. We're doing something really special together. And it's because, this is just kind of the same slide I've kept up all years. A river cuts through rock, not because of its persistence, or not because of its power, but because of its persistence. So that's what we really want to make this year about, is consistency and having fun and moving people forward. So that's what we're going to do this season. That's what we're kicking off with the Health Challenge about. And that's what we're going to do finishing up this year. And that's what we're going to do to set up this year phenomenally. So I'm really excited for it. And basically that's it. This is our first call. This is what the basics are to set yourself up for success. So grab your map, fill it out. And again, I'm going to say one more last piece of this. And Susan, if you want to add anything to it, feel free. A lot of people look at this and be like, oh, this is a lot of number. This is a thing that I have to do. This is just a way for you to organize how to be on mission and serve people in your life. And the people, again, Susan said, I've never seen anyone in this last year go executive director without utilizing this tool. And it's because they have their heart in the right place and they're focused on doing the things. Like we had our people over for Halloween. Christy Schuster had someone reaching out to her. She ran up the stairs and she was texting someone at that time because she was ready. She had her map out. She had her client folder in her backpack. It was ready to go. She didn't even hardly miss the party at all, but she was there sharing health. It was just that mindfulness and that place to put the purpose of putting the mission forward and helping more people. So that's step one, fill it out. I'll be calling on that tomorrow night to encourage that you guys all did that and sent that to your support team to get partnered with. And for the rest of you guys, we'll see you tomorrow night. And guys, I'm really excited because the health huddle will be huge tomorrow. So hopefully we have enough room. We might have to set up an overflow room. So with that being said, you guys all have a great month. October was amazing. November is going to be even more powerful. And actually, Susan, did you want to add anything to the call as we kind of wrap up here besides plug in the Tuesday 20 tomorrow and kind of go over some nuances of the health challenge that some people have been rocking it with?
Yeah. Come tomorrow with questions. That's what those are for, so we can all work together and find what's really working for people and share. So we want to hear your voices. So yeah, come. And no, I have nothing else to add. Great call. Thank you guys for all making this important part of your night. We really appreciate you guys and your partnership. And it's just going to be a really fun season.
I love it. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Congrats on day 1 of your 50 days. And this is going to be the most purposeful, on purpose season that hopefully you've ever had in your life. Most people are gaining 10 to 15 pounds this season. Most people are going to give in to stress. Most people are going to be tearing their hair out by those holidays. But we want to look back at the beginning of 2016 and say, I spent these last 2 months being the most on purpose, having the most fun, affecting the most lives, moving my family and my health and all areas of my health more forward than I've done in any holiday season previously. So that being said, thanks for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate you guys, and I'm excited to see you guys tomorrow night. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, Brad.
Woo, thanks. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
You know what? I have to say one last thing. I forgot one of the most important people to me. Annie and Antonio Dalapan hit fully integrated business coach this month. So congrats to you guys as well. Oh, there you go. I see you guys. You guys are driving.
Yeah. We're still here. Purpose, listening.
All right. See, and that's why. See, they even find a way.
They're not sleeping.
They're not sleeping.
Yeah.
What he failed to mention was there was some awesome barbecue at that party.
Yeah, there was.
And it was healthy chicken, lean and green. That's how you do it.